Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. Depends on your time and your location. This is one of your own. Real Biafra TV, bringing you the message to remind you things we have to do for us to achieve our objective under the banner of the international recognition, international community that will lead us to our international recognition we are looking. That's the thing that matters so much at this time that we are into. Any other noise can go on in social media. Anything can happen in social media. But what matters most is that one thing that we are going to do for us to achieve our official or our international recognition, for us to be a country of our own. That is what really matters at this time that we are into. And those things that matters into what is going to lead for our recognition and every other things, the most important part of it is you having USB ID card. If you are in this media, if you are in diaspora, if you are in abroad, I want to let you know that you are delaying Biafra recognition. You are delaying those in the homeland to live a good life. We are in diaspora. We are the one that are delaying our people in the homeland to have to live a good life by you refusing to accept USB ID card, because it is a fundamental right that will lead to recognition of the USB as a country in the world, as a full sovereignty that we are looking for. Do you know that the ID card you are delaying, you are refused to have your own, or to introduce people to have their own, that by delaying this ID, that is how also you are delaying our recognition also. By you delaying this ID, to accept ID card, you are delaying those in the homeland to have a good life. That is why it is very imperative that we all understand what we are into and what we have to do for us to achieve our recognition. That is also that what we have to do also is in our hand, and we refuse to do that. And you are waiting for USB to do magic. Do you know that over 10,000 of Biafrans having USB ID card in the whole world is very easy, soft way for us to achieve our recognition? It is very easy way for the world organizers. Only having ID card after some months coming back from our declaration and all the program happens by now. Those in diaspora, I'm asking you, those in abroad, when are we going to give this government 10,000 ID card only among all of us who are in the comment section, among all of us who watches the programs, among all of us who cannot write, among all of us who are on their own silently but they are supporting USB? When do you want this USB to favor those in the homeland? Why are we in diaspora suffering this, our people in the homeland? Some necessary attack, some unnecessary attack, and some necessary that happening in Biafra land is in our hand. We are the cost. We are the cause of what is happening in Biafra land today. We are in diaspora. Confusion coming for those in the homeland is coming for those who claim they are in abroad or in exile. The confusion of all these are happening, and those who claim IPOB in the homeland, those who support Ogenkeri, and those who all this confusion is coming from those in the diaspora. But the only thing that you have to do for us to achieve this recognition, you refuse, and you are putting your strength in what is not going to give recognition, what is going to delay our recognition, or what is going to delay self-referendum is the one you channel your strength, you are champion on social media. By doing that, you are suffering those in the homeland. By doing that, you are making those in the homeland to suffer so much. The Biafra self-referendum is an evidence how that if not for those in the homeland, that Obato Obie could not get over 50 million self-referendum votes, because the large number of the self-referendum vote comes from those in the homeland, which that is Odimebu voted more than every other state in the 40 states. Remember, that's what Obato said. There is something that we are going to build in Odimebu as those who outline every other person in this particular 40 states that voted for self-referendum. When you refuse to accept to take USB ID card, you are showing wickedness to those in the homeland. You don't want them to have a good life. Rather, you are supporting Militray. When you look at our headline today, our headline is all about between Militray and do you know that in this 21st century that ID card is more important than Militray? I said again, do you know that in this 21st century that ID card is more important in the eyes of the international community more than Militray, more than men on ground? Do you know that? That after a peaceful declaration by a government in exile, that the ID card and passport is more important for recognition as a new sovereign state more than the Militray in this 21st century, because they have distanced themselves away from the law of 21st century. The world has moved very fast. The world are no longer doing what we think. What they think is different from what we are thinking. How the world will see having a new country is quite different from how you and I see. That's why I will tell you that how I feel and what I think is not giving Biafra anymore. What is giving Biafra is what the United Nations, what EU, what AU think, not what I think. It is all about their own way. Is the only way that is going to give us Biafra as a country. So if you are still here championing your private opinion and you are championing the kind of protest, what you have done in the past is what you are championing, you are wasting your time, because the world are not looking at that. But the world are looking at 21st century laws, how we can achieve our country without violence in this 21st century. And on that particular mandate, on that particular instruction, the most important thing that the world are looking for, that is why you see on the headline, we want to ask the question. The question is not our own to answer. That is why when I asked the world, between, after a peace, in fact, between military and the ID card and the passport, which one is more important for international recognition, for our international recognition in this 21st century? And listen, so you can hear what the world will choose as the most important one in this 21st century. So you will see that what you are thinking and what you are seeing as the most important one is not what the world is counting as the most important one. It is different from the thinking of the world. That's why I told you, I tell us here, that what we needed is what? The thinking, the ideas, and the eyes of the international community on what they want us to do. That is what the world wants. Not how I feel, not what I want, not how I think, not how I feel, not the way I reason. That is why I don't bring you what I reason, what I think, or how I feel in my program. But I bring you what the international community think, what they want, and how they see us at this 21st century on their law, and also what they want us to do, not what I want to do. What they want us to do is the main thing that gives us recognition. Preaching Eggman, preaching Radio Arama cannot give us Biafra. Take it or you leave it. The strength which you channel on Radio Arama and preaching Eggman cannot give us Biafra. Take it or you leave it. There is, let me tell you, only 56 continental congressmen in America, and they are the one that make it happen, that America is a country. By what? By standing on the mandate of the Declaration of America, 1776. Go and check. That history gives me a lot of joy. That history makes me to understand that there is nothing or sabotage will stop recognition. Rather, it can only be delay the recognition. And when military commanders continue showing the arms in social media after a peaceful declaration, they are delaying the recognition of the new government in exile. And also, they are proving they are not under the peaceful declaration of the law of 21st century. This is how the world that is watching us is looking at what we are doing at this time that we are into. So as we are moving into the program this wonderful afternoon, join me, hit the like button, and share the program. The like button is in front of you. If you are first time coming, subscribe. There is a 3 dots on top of your screen on your right hand, the way I'm pointing my hand right now. Hit on that like button, then you will see like and share, so you can join me and let others know that we are live and we are direct. Endeavor to invite another person by liking and sharing the program. Thank you so much. Without wasting one of our time, let us go into the question that is on our headline. What you see on the headline is a question. It's not just a play child. I want to understand where the world has moved to and where you are, that you are backward, that you are back. Instead of forwarding movement, they do forwarding, you march back. The world has do forwarding. The world has marched forward, and why you are marching back? You are marching back to the 18th, 19th, and 20th centuries. Why the world has moved into 21st century by giving you iPhone, by giving you laptop, by giving you everything necessary for you to move on. So why are you marching back? Why are you doing about turn back instead of about to move forward? You are moving back. The world has moved forward. What are you waiting for to move? One thing that is constant in life is what? Changing. The world is changing every blessed day. Are you changing every blessed day, or are you remaining where you are and thinking that how you feel is what matters? How you feel, what you want, how you design it does not matter. What matters is how the world design it, and they will stand on their criteria. Like I said, let's run very fast on this program today. Remember my headline: between Militray, ID card, and passport, which one is more important for international recognition we are seeking for in this 21st century? Listen to this.
In the 21st century, international law has shifted toward legitimacy of exercise, meaning a government is judged by how it serves its people, not just how it fights. If you must choose between a military force and the issuance of ID cards/passports for international recognition, the ID card and passport are more important. Here is the legal and strategic breakdown of why the administrative pen is mightier than the sword in modern diplomacy.
There is something here I want you to get fully into your mind and into your head. Yes, that's what we are preaching here in this hallowed platform. The only government that gives us Biafra is the one that made that declaration November 29, 2024. Any other group is a black market. Any other group is a 419. They are just making your money. So, in this 21st century we are into, look at it here. In this 21st century, international laws has shifted towards legitimacy of exercise, meaning a government is judged by how it serves its peoples, not just how it fights. In this 21st century, law has shifted towards legitimacy of exercise, meaning a government is judged by how it serves its people, by how the government is serving us, not just how they are fighting with gun and bullets anymore. That is where the world has shifted, and that is where USB is at this 21st century. The USB has adopted every legal aspect of it. Please, 1 minute. So in this 21st century, it has shifted from legitimacy of exercise, meaning a government is judged for international recognition by how it serves his people, not just how it's fighting with other countries. This is where the world has shifted into. And this place that this world has shifted in this 21st century is where USB has shifted and agreed that we don't need to showcase military in social media anymore. Meanwhile, I am not saying that we don't need to have military. We need to have them to protect the border without making noise, without showing any video, without proving any power in social media that will circulate and the world will see it. Through Facebook, through S handle, through YouTube, the world said that we are watching them, that if they are pushing the narrative of that kind of a thing, that they are going to make the world to deny a recognition of a government in exile or recognition of a new country to become a fully sovereignty. So our military of USB, the elite squad, are not showing themselves social media. USB have their military in the 40 states of the United States of Biafra, but they are not in social media because no military of a country is in social media. They are all in their states, taking control of their people, safeguarding their people, protecting their people, not to come and dance on social media and carrying weapons and showing all around. The world has moved away from that. The world has moved into how the governments are serving their people, not just how the government is fighting. The world says no to that. If you must choose between a military force in this 21st century and the issuing of ID card and passport for international recognition, the ID card and the passport are more important than the military regime in this 21st century law. Here is the legal and the strategic backdown of why the administrative pen is mightier than the sword in the modern diplomacy. In this 21st century that we are into, the world has no longer believed that only or the way or one of important way for you to get recognition is how your military show themselves in social media. The world has walked away from that. The world has proven that you in diaspora having Biafra ID card will give us recognition more than military force and military wing, more than what Gentle and Butozo with the the Chiamaka Jerry and I don't know who are claiming to do today, and the one is such in France. Those things they are championing is no longer needed. Those things they are championing is not a criteria to achieve the what Somaliland achieved some months ago. They said that in this 21st century, that if any military tries to do that, that they are going to push the international community to seize a recognition of a new declared country, whether through government in exile or anyhow that peaceful declaration being held, and there is a document proving that there was a peaceful declaration. On the mandate of the peaceful declaration, it is very imperative to understand that without this peaceful declaration, that without this method of the USB right now, that we are not going home at all. We are not going home. The only thing we are going to see is the delay of for us to look like Northern Cyprus, Kosovo, Somaliland in the past. These are the criteria of examples of countries that the actions of their military enter into the 21st century that makes the world to keep eyes off from them. If you check from 2001, Northern Cyprus, Kosovo, Somaliland, South Sudan has already become a country on their own. But why the members of the UN, EU, AU in Africa refuses to grant them the official recognition is because of what? The 21st century law that was introduced to us from 2001 that is going to end in 2100. These are the criteria. These are why their recognition is being upheld for over many years now. Are you wishing Biafra that after a peaceful declaration, because of actions of the military, that we should stay for 34 good years before we can be able to achieve recognition? Then you are simply mean that you want the sucking demon Nigeria terrorist country to buy all of us. But if you drop your military and stop tuning to the social media and you also take instruction from the civil declaration of a peaceful government in exile, then you are going to become one of the best military of that country in the nearest future. Think of tomorrow. Think of next tomorrow. Do not think of today. That is why you must think about the UN charters and all the articles and what they believe on. If must choose between a military force and the issues of ID card and passport for international recognition, the ID card and the passport are more important in this 21st century. Here is the legal and the strategic breakdown of why the administrative pen is mightier than the sword and in this modern diplomacy. What we have to look for is what? A modern diplomacy of 21st century after our peaceful declaration from the United States of Biafra that was happened on November 29, 2024. That peaceful declaration from government in exile, managing the office through our Deputy Prime Minister, Dr. Ngozi Arabeze, is only remedy for us to achieve Biafra as a country. We continue. Now we are going to the 21st century legal shift, effective governance is next article that we are paying our attention to.
Century legal shift, effective governance. Under the Montevideo Convention, a state needs a permanent population and an effective government. The military problem. In modern recognized administrative head is often categorized as a non-state armed group, NSAG. Large displays of weapons can actually trigger international sanctions or terrorism labels, which block the path to the UN. The idea...
I hope you're listening. The military problem, the men on ground problem in our peaceful declaration is, in modern law, a military force without recognized administration, without recognized administrative head is often categorized as a non-state armed group, NSAG. Legal discipline of a weapon can actually target international sanctions or treason, rebels, which will block the path to the UN recognition in this 21st century. I want you to understand that for anyone championing men on ground, he only wants to delay our peaceful declaration, international recognition. I hope you are following. Now, on the issue of the ID card, the UN has maximum number that they are looking from our hand right now for us to achieve automatic international recognition. That is why I started by telling you that it must be a very good thing if we all in the diaspora give USB 10,000 ID card registration. It gives the USB automatic recognition that we are seeking for. And you may understand from our law of the 21st century, I am reading from the articles of the UN Charter, the articles of the Geneva Convention, and the articles of the Montevideo Convention that are all about we that are government in exile that makes a peaceful declaration. The peaceful declaration also happened in this 21st century. That is why we must uphold the 21st century law in all that we are doing. The only soft way of having recognition for us to move Nigeria away in our border and for our people in the homeland to become on a safer side by having USB recognition as our what country. Now, as you're listening, in this 21st century, international law has shifted towards legitimacy of exercise, meaning a government is judged or give recognition by how it serves its people, not just how it fights. If you must choose between military force and the if you must choose between military force and the issue of the ID card and passports for international recognition, the ID card and the passport are more important. Here is the legal and the strategic breakdown of why the administrative pen is mightier than the sword in the modern 21st century diplomatic movement. Okay, brother, what I will say after the program, when I call my number, please pick up the number, send me a message on WhatsApp. Then I will have time to find out where you are from. Please, that's all I can do about that for now because I'm on program. I won't go into this to find it right now. It's after the program. Then if you have high on my WhatsApp number that I am so person, I need to know my state. I am from Orumba. Then I will quickly identify and send you the name of your state. That is all I can do, and it's very important. Thank you. So, if you must choose between a military force and the ID card and passport for sake of international recognition, the law of 21st century under UN Charter Protocol, Article 94 in brackets 22 said the ID card and the passport are more important than military wings in this 21st century. They are more important. Here is the legal and strategic breakdown of why the administrative pen big is mightier than the sword in the modern diplomacy. Number one, the 21st century legally shifted effective governance. Under the Montevideo Convention, a state needs a permanent population and an effective government, not effective military. The military problems. In modern law, a military force without recognized administrative head is often categorized as a non-state armed group, NCAG. Legal discipline of the large displaying of the weapons can actually target international sanctions or treason labels which block the path to the UN recognition of a new peaceful declaration government. When you take your time and listen to some certain things, that is when you understand that how we feel, what we think, and how we want it is not how the world wants it. That is why I want you to know that one thing that are very constant in life is what? Changing is what is constant in life. Now that the world are changing, are you changing? Now the world are marching forward. Are you marching forward? Are you still claiming IPOB organization and what you did in that time? All of that without USB we are declared is vanity upon vanity. It's a wasted years to you. The only way it cannot be wasted years is also you are in diaspora and you don't have your USB ID card. Please take USB ID card. Through having that ID card, you are safe, and all you have labored under the protest of IPOB or any other organization that you are into, the only way is for you to prove that you work so hard is by having this USB ID card. Without that, you are just making noise in social media. Let's continue. Before we continue, let's greet our brothers in the comment section today. I see you, Chigozie Ebubeshuku. I see you, Urban's Earth. I see you, thank you. I see you, Chinedu Ikuku. Good afternoon from my location. I see you, Amaji Chigozie. Thank you so much. I also see you, Afam Anthony Shuku. Thank you so much. I see you, Vincent Okole. Thank you. I see you, Uche. I see you. Who is this? Uchenna. Uchenna, I see. Thank you so much. I see Vincent Okole. I see Ekwem Justice. I see Chibozo Ede. Thank you so much for being here. But pay attention, like, and share the program.
Card solution. Issuing 10,000 plus ID cards proves the existence of a documented population. It demonstrates that your government in exile, GIE, has the effective capacity to manage a census, protect identities, and provide civil order. This is the definition of a state in waiting.
I hope you are listening. The ID card solution, issue about 10,000 plus ID card, prove the existence of a documented population. It demonstrates that your government in exile, GIE, has an effective capacity. So they have an effective capital to manage a cause, protect and identified and improve a civil order. This is the definition of a state in waiting. This is the definition of what a state in waiting. In this 21st century, they are making us to understand, not Ngozi Arabueze, not USB, for you to understand that having ID card of the USB, when we have over 10,000 USB ID card, that is proving a documented population of the indigenous people, and also proving that there is a government, and also proving, they call it what? This is the definition of a state in waiting, a country in waiting. Waiting for what? For approval or for international recognition, because we can never achieve Biafra without international community support. These are the areas you need to throw your weight and your attention into.
2. Passports as soft recognition. Recognition rarely happens with a single speech. It happens through consular relations, de facto recognition. When a foreign country accepts a GIE-issued passport at a border, they are acknowledging your government's legal authority to vouch for its citizens.
I hope you're listening. Passport is a soft recognition. Passport as soft recognition, not by gun and military. Recognition rarely happens when a single speech. It happens through a consulate relations. De facto recognition, when a foreign country accepts a GIE issued ID card and passport at a border, they are acknowledging you, a government, as legal authority to vote for its citizens. These the laws of 21st century that needed us to understand perfectly. So it is very imperative at this stage that we are into that we all do understand that military is no longer the criteria of having a new nation. They are not number one criteria. In the 4 criteria, 6, 8, 9, 10, military are not there. Even ID card and passport has more important role to play for us to have Biafra as a country. Under USB, we are declared. What are you waiting for?
The precedent. This creates a legal fact on the ground. Every time a traveler uses a GIE document to enter a country like Sweden or Ireland, it strengthens the argument that the GIE is a functioning sovereign entity. A military force cannot walk through an airport, a passport holder can. 3.
I hope you're listening. The president, this characterize a legal fact on the ground. Every time a traveling use a GIE document to enter a country like Sweden or Ireland, it strengthens the argument that the GIE is a functioning sovereignty. A military force cannot walk through an airport. A passport holder can. I hope you are listening. When you have USB ID card in your hand and eventually got yourself in country like Sweden and Ireland, they said that that ID card that in your hand is going to be accepted from those countries because that ID card prove that GIE is an functioning sovereignty. Functioning what? Sovereignty. For those who are asking for sovereignty, listen how the word addresses the 21st century declaration of the USB that was held in Helsinki, Finland, November the 29th, 2024. How this declaration and the issuing ID card triggers as one of the most important things that leads for international recognition, not men on ground. Not men on ground. Not woto. Not how you knack woto. Is how you get your Biafra as a sovereign nation. But it is how the effectiveness and the diplomacy that we are using under international law. It is a high time that we all remove that ego, remove that ignorance that we are swallowing all of us. It's not an excuse in the eyes of the international community like Sweden and Ireland. What is the reality is pen and paper proving that you are an effective person and you understand your government and you are a member of the government you are claiming as a citizen of that country. It is very important at this 21st century that you understand everything that is going on. How I think, what I feel, how I want it cannot do us anything. It can never. So, my people, the president, they're creating a legal fact on the ground. Even at time a traveler uses GIE document to enter a country like Sweden or Ireland, it strengthens the argument that the GIE is a functioning sovereignty entity. A military force cannot walk through an airport. A passport holder can. Please, if you never like the program, I urge you to like, There is a three dot in front of you. Hit on that three dot. You will see like and share, please. And also subscribe on the YouTube page. That three dot is your first time. After that, it will banner. So please hit the like button.
Human rights and digital sovereignty. The UN and the international community prioritize the right to a legal identity. UN Sustainable Development Goal 16.9. Solving statelessness. By issuing IDs, the GIE is fulfilling a humanitarian duty. This earns moral legitimacy in the eyes of the UN Human Rights Council.
Pay attention so you may understand it. That we don't have to waste time. All we need to do, go and apply your ID card. Go and take your ID card to vote Nigeria away in our country. Let us go and possess our land. If you are in the diaspora, you are not taking the ID card. You are suffering this, our people in the homeland, so much. You are making them to face panic. You are making them to face insecurity. You are the one helping Nigeria to be taking over our territory. It is a high time you wake up and face reality. The reality is having USB ID card. So you are telling me that if not for those in the homeland, USB doesn't have population in abroad that is up to 10,000. Are you joking with me? What are you telling me? So it is the time. Number 3, humanitarian digital sovereignty. Humanitarian and the digital sovereignty. The UN and the international community patronize the right to legal identity. UN established development of goal 16.9. Solving a statelessness by issuing ID card, the GIE is fulfilling a humanitarian duty. They earn more legitimacy in the eyes of the UN Humanitarian Rights Council by having USB ID card. Only USB ID card, 10,000, give us automatic recognition from the UN. And you are in the diaspora. You refuse to accept this ID card. You refuse to take. And you claim you are Biafra. You are not. You are impartial Biafra. Until you have this ID card in your hand. That is when you are a citizen. Fully citizen of the University of Biafra. If you are not, you on your own, you one leg on Nigeria, your one leg is in Biafra. For you to prove what you are claiming in social media through your comments, through your comment in the comment section, and through your voice on every platform, if you don't have this ID card, you are a disgrace to USB and you are suffering those in the homeland. When we have a peaceful criteria and you are championing the military, and the word who told us here, listen to this in the beginning. In this 21st century, international law has shifted towards a legitimacy of exercise, meaning a government is judged under international law by how it serves its people, not just how they are fighting with gun and bullet in this 21st century. If you must choose between a military force and the issuing of ID card and passport for international recognition, the ID card and the passport are more important. The ID card and the passport is more important than your gun and bullet in the homeland. The ID card is more important for us to achieve recognition that we serve you in the homeland. That is why I want to urge and pleaded with our people. My request is very simple. Let us give USB 10,000 ID card. We go home without wasting time. They call it a digital evidence that cannot ever be denied. Do you know that this ID card is more important than self-referendum vote? You don't know that? I want to be seeing what we need to do. Because that one is in evidence at hand. That is what the word judge with. the time you use to preach Egma, Radio Rama, is better than you use that time to preach a USB ID card at all time of your program. Because the ID card, the 10,000, minus Radio Rama, minus what he's preaching, minus Eggman. These are the important things that we need to do. Help USB. Debunk the lies a little. Channel the 5 hours, 3 hours, 2 hours on issue of the international community that's going to help USB. Make people to understand it so we can move forward. Under the law of the Geneva Convention, Article 25 in bracket 4 says, if you must choose between a military force and an ID card, the ID card and the passport for international recognition, between ID card, passport, military, between these three, let us choose the most important two. The most important two is what? The ID card and the passport are more important than the military commanders and their guns and bullets. It's more important. Here is the legal and strategic breakdown of why the administrative pen is mightier than the sword and the military commanders and the bullet in this 21st century. The 21st century legal shifted effective governance under the Montevideo Convention. Now, under the Montevideo Convention, a state needed a permanent population and an effective governance, not effective military. The military problems, you that are championing men on ground. In modern law, a military force without a recognized administrative head is often seen as a non-state armed group. A non-state armed group. They also see under the law of the NSAG as a rebel, insurgency, as a non-state actor. The legal displays of weapon, the large displays of weapon can actually targeting international sanction or terrorism, rebel, which will block the recognition of the recognition from the UN for the new declared country. These are under the Geneva Convention, Article 18 in bracket 20. This ID card solution, the ID card solution, issuing 10,000 ID card, prove the existence of a document of population. It demonstrates that your government in exile, GIE, has the effective capital to manage a cause, protect and identify and proved a civil order, not a military order. This is the definition of a state in waiting. This is the definition of a country in waiting. This is the definition of a nation in waiting. What are you waiting for? Now, number 2, passport as soft recognition. Passport as what? Very soft recognition, not harder one. Like waiting for Somaliland, waiting like Kosovo, waiting like Northern Cyprus, waiting like South Sudan. Please, I urge you to like and share the program. If you think that the program worth to share. Now, listening. Number 2, the headline on the article. Passports as a soft recognition. Passport, ID card as a soft recognition in this 21st century law. Recognition rarely happens when as a single speech, it happens through consulate relations. The de facto recognition when a foreign country accepts a GIE passport, ID card at border, they acknowledging your government as the legal authority to vouch for its citizens. The president, this creates a legal fact on the ground. Every time a traveler use a GIE document to enter a countries like Sweden or Ireland, it strengthens the argument that the government in exile, GIE, is a functioning sovereignty entity. A military force cannot walk through an airport. A passport holder can walk through an airport. ID card holder can walk through through airports. Number
security
3.
standards. In the
Number 3. Humanitarian rights and digital sovereignty. USB first needed a digital sovereignty by you in abroad, by you in diaspora, by you in anywhere you are in the world, not in the homeland. For you to accept the ID card, only 10,000. Give us a soft recognition. What are we waiting for? Why are we delaying? Why are we delaying this recognition? Why are you purposely delaying the recognition? And on the comment section, you will write support USB. Supporting USB with ID card is in fact is useless. You supporting USB without having ID card is useless. Go and have your document of ID card for us to get a soft recognition to save the people in the homeland from the danger that is looming. Nigeria is a time bomb. Your ID card serves those in the homeland. Remove them from this particular time bomb. Human rights and digital sovereignty. Number 3. The UN and the international communities. The UN and the international communities prioritize the right of a legal identity. UN suitably develop goal 16.9. UN suitably develop goal 16.9. What is this goal 16.9? Listen. Serving a stateless by issuing ID card, the GIE is fulfilling humanitarian duty. This moral legitimacy in the eyes of the UN Human Rights Council. In the eyes of the UN Human Rights Council, you are proving that you are a nation. Security standard in this 21st century. In this 21st century, sovereignty is digital. In a way, we have met all the criteria of the UN, of the EU. If you don't come back home in the next 60 days, we are going to issue a... What do you know? What do you know? Which law of the UN, which article you are coming from to educate the Biafran people? Remember this security standard. In the 21st century, sovereignty is digital. ID card is the main goal of a digital of sovereignty, not a military commanders, not gun and bullets. The world has moved away from such things. If your GIA manages secures bilateral database for 10,000 ID card, you prove you can meet ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization, security standard. This reduces the fear that a new state will be security vacuum. This ID card has removed the security vacuum in the movement. Mommy Flora Ikuku, I greet you. Good afternoon from my location, and you are welcome. Thank you so much. Keep your comments coming, that proving that you are here. Look at what is delaying us. Radio Orama and the Eggman is not delaying Biafra. Radio Orama, Eggman is not delaying Biafra. What is delaying Biafra is ID card you refuse to go and take. Do not put your blame on them. Take the ID card first. Let USB announce that we have had 10,000 digital ID card, and let us see what will be the next action of the world, of the UN, EU, and the AU. Comprehension, the path to recognition. Comprehension of the path of the recognition. Strategic, primary tool, international participation, and what? Legal outcome. That is what we are going to listen to. Military force, weapon / control, armed conflict. They call it what? Armed what? Conflict. Subject, legal of war. Legal of war, the outcome of what you are claiming to do with your so-called men on ground. Administrative, ID card, passports. Sovereign governance, path to diplomatic recognition. What do you want? Is not this software of having you, our country, is what I want. I am a citizen of University of Biafra by having USB ID card. I have started process of my own. Have you started? This triggers me to know that I must go that process. That it is very, very imperative in this 21st century. Without this ID card, we are delaying the movement. The ID card is more important than self-referendum. The ID card is more important than the referendum that UN will come and control. The ID card is important more than gun and bullets in this 21st century. Let us do the needful, my people. Let us do the needful. Let us take our ID card. I must tell you, Eggman, Dandiado Arama is not delaying us. We are the ones delaying ourselves. How? Refusing to take ID card, you are delaying the movement. On here I stop, I refresh your mind again. Listen to this law of 21st century. Between Geneva Convention and Montevideo Convention, these are comprehensive joined together law I am using this time around. In the 21st century, international law has shifted towards legitimacy of exercise, meaning a government is judged by how it serves its people, not just how they use gun and bullet and fight. If you must choose between a military force and the ID card and passport for sake of international recognition. The ID card and the passport are more important than military commanders and military wings and gun and bullets in the 21st century. Here is the legal and the strategic breakdown of why the administrative pen, which is you use pen to fill your ID card, is mightier than the sword and the arm wing of a new country. Under the modern law of diplomacy, ID card is more important than gun and bullets and military commanders in this 21st century. In this 21st century, legal shifted effective governance. Under the Montevideo Convention, a state needs a permanent population, your ID of 10,000, proving a permanent population of people of the USB of the new nation, and an effective government. These are the 2-3 most effective criteria. Not military commanders, not armed struggle, not showing guns and dancing on social media like a fool that you are. The military problem in the modern law, a military force without a recognized administrative head is often categorized as a non-state actor, rebel, insurgency. Under the law of the NSAG, legal large display of weapon can actually target international sanction or treason, rebel, which block the path of the UN for recognition, which block the way of the UN for an international recognition. These are the criteria. Look at the showing, hey, dancing, we are welcome, triple brigadier general Gotoza. Ebute arms and awebu and egosi mbowa na record na save, because the UN said we are taking what we use to judge a new state through a social media, YouTube, Facebook, and S handle. In a post. Be careful. And you can never delay our recognition. The ID card solution. The ID card is what? A solution. Issuing 10,000 ID card prove the existence of a document population. It demonstrates that your government in exile, GIE, has the effective capital to maintain a project, to maintain and protect identities, to manage a course, to manage the indigenous people. The 10,000 ID card provide a civil order, proving that you have a civil government, not a military regime government. For those, you wear the shoes, nowhere it pinches you. Who, from which law? What you think, how you feel, how you wanna siphon Biafran people's money. We must be careful. And we must focus on the truth. We must. Has the effective capital to manage cases, causes, protect identities, and provide a civil order. This is the distinction of a state in waiting. This is the distinction. This is how they identify. This is how they proving. This is how they narrate that we are a state, a new nation in waiting through a 10,000 ID card. Give us a soft recognition. Number 2, passports. Passport as a soft recognition. Passport ID card is a soft recognition under the Geneva Convention, Article 18 in bracket 22 of this 21st century external protocol that must exist. Recognition rarely happens when with a single speech. It happens through a consulate relations by having your ID card. De facto recognition number one of having ID card and passport. When a foreign countries accept GIE, issuing a passport and ID card at borders, they acknowledging your government legally authority for its own citizens. The president. This created a legal fact on the ground. Look at it, the ID card we have in diaspora, over 10,000 ID card has great what? The fact on the ground that there is a permanent population of the indigenous people. Every time a traveler uses GIE document to enter a country like Sweden or Ireland, it strengthens the argument that the GIE is a functioning sovereign entity. A military force cannot walk through an airport. A passport holder can walk through an airport. Human rights and digital sovereignty. Human rights and what? Digital sovereignty. Do they say human rights and military sovereignty? Listen. The UN and the international community personalize the rights to a legal identity. UN stabilize development of goal 16.9. Look at it. Only this ID card and passport has given us what? A goal of 16.9 from the UN, which will trigger what? Recognition. Serving a statelessness. By issue ID card, the GIE fulfilled a human rights duty. This aims moral legitimacy in the eyes of the UN Human Rights Council. This is where your ID card is very important. Please join me and like the program, share. Let others get this message, dear friends, please. These are the most important things that we are lacking. These are the things that we are missing in the social media. Security standard. In this 21st century, sovereignty is digital. In this 21st century, sovereignty is what? Digital. If your GIE manage a secure bilateral database for those for up to 10,000 ID card, you prove you can meet ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization. Security standard. This reduces the fear that a new state will be security vacuum, that we are going to do what? Go into trouble, fighting, killing, and in our land. That ID card can stop it. This is why the digital movement of USB is the best way. The recognition they are looking to digital is most the best way. Let's go. The sovereign due. Why the ID card, the passport is the leading tool, not military, is the leading tool for international recognition. The military rule in this 21st century is to act as a guardian of administration. The military proved the stability that allows the right to exist. The ID card provides legitimacy that turns the military from rebel into a national defense force. Now, the ID card of 10,000 Biafrans removes the military from calling them rebel, insurgency, terrorists, and all of them. Only ID card and passport can change it. Through a peaceful declaration that's seeking for recognition, through a 10,000, automatically 10,000 votes is automatically worth recognition. The time is counting. Change your way. The ID card proves the legitimacy that turns the military from rebel into a national defense force. They are no longer non-state actor. They are no longer rebel. They are no longer insurgency. They are no longer terrorists. They are no longer, any names are being called because of this ID card. And who are still waiting? What are you waiting for? What is your problem? Why can't you support United States of Biafra we are declared as the only authority government you have, whether I like it or not? The ID card is making waves in many countries, and they give us an example where this ID card in Sweden, in Ireland. What are you still waiting in the diaspora? Why are you delaying people in the homeland? Why do you want them to go through pains? Why do you want them to suffer? Why do you want them to be impaired? If we are not supporting USB through this ID card, we are doing ourselves more harm than good. That simply means we don't really want Biafra as a nation. We don't want to go home. If you want, go and take your ID card. Anytime you watch this program, please, I ask you to like and share the program, please. Like and share the program, please, to reach other people. Or people like where they preach Eggman and the Oram. That's what we like. And those who use it to got you as a tramp, always continue to giving it to you. But the most important thing, we need to channel our strength, or people stay away from it. Ben Shinaka, I see you. Thank you so much for coming. If you are still here, I welcome you. Listen to this again.
21st century, sovereignty is digital. If you're
Hello, Mazi. Good evening from here.
Hello.
You are welcome to the platform.
Oh, good morning, my brother. You're online.
Yes, I'm live. I am treating issue of ID card.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because these are part of things I want to, advise you, or even I need it. For you people, when you're doing the program, you put the website, how to, get to ID. A lot of people, have been calling and be asking us, and they need it. Okay. So all of you, I try to get everyone of you that have his own number, to be, putting it up, the website, how we can go to that, at least every of your program, even if it is like 5 minutes, you made the advert. This is the website. This is how to go to it. It will help and make the thing move, more greater.
Yes, that is the program I am treating, because UN said that if we have 10,000 ID card, that it is a software of recognition. And they said that the ID card has more, that the ID card and passport is more important than military commanders in the 21st century. That the military commanders can bring us sanctions and the block from recognition from the UN. But when we have this 10,000 ID card, that we are good to go. They call it what? A soft recognition. So that is why I am treating it today that our people.
I know the ID card. I know the value, sir. I know the value of that, sir. I know the value of that. It's more than anything. That's your national. That's who you are. So even everybody, be you Air Force, be you military, you need it. So and that's the first thing. You got to have name first. Name is very important.
They call it digital sovereignty. Digital sovereignty is more important. They said that the digital sovereignty is more important than military commanders in this 21st century.
Yes, everybody. Of course, that is number one. That's pure fundamental. That's one of the major things now. I know of that. That's why I'm asking you. That's why I'm telling you that every program that you want to do,
For
and
sure.
the other one of you that I tried to call Rose and all this, I couldn't get Rose number because Rose also doing wonders like you. I called the other guy, and then I don't have number. This guy also, I have his number. I've been calling him. He didn't pick up my number because I need that, the website, how to get the ID. I need
No,
it.
I have
I need the
the
website.
website. After this call, I'll
And,
post it on my
and
comment
also,
section. I have the website. After this program now, I will post it on now. I'll post it on the comment section right now. I have it.
okay, sir.
I have
Okay,
it.
please. Okay, please, my brother. Thank you.
Thank you
I
so much.
appreciate you, my dear, and I also greeting you, greet all dear friends
You're
who have the
welcome.
good heart the way you have, and other in uh, private medias are doing.
Yes.
People like you, number one, with TV, and people like Roselle, people like Nana TV, people like Ada Simon, people like Kai TV. You guys are doing so wonderful because you say these
Thank you
are
so much.
the journey that we have to pass through. And these are
Yes.
supposed to be. It's only people that know the value of freedom that do what you people are doing. So please don't you people should not mind people like that. These are lunatics in what we're doing. They are all lunatics and distractors. People like Van 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 is a relation to Ozokome. He's a criminal. Who they call them? This a criminal in Maryland here, which is this first criminal that take all your from money with cost and go. That will never be well with him. Where the Ogintele, that criminal and distractor too. All these guys are paid for. They pay them all money for doing all that they are doing. So they are not doing it by jealousy who is there currently. No, they pay them money to distract what we're doing because they already know that a great woman, a warrior doctor, Ngozi Oradveze, have helped us to declare the United States of Biafra in Lati, Finland on 29 November 2024. No going back. She is the one that hold the template. She is the Egu Bigu. Everybody should follow. That is my advice. And no going back. We already made it. So they try to, this their final battle they are doing with Nigeria because Nigeria know nothing. Nigeria is not a civilized nation. Nigeria is one of the what they call the nomadic nations
Yeah.
because Caliphate control Nigeria. Caliphate control Nigeria. Nigeria know nothing about civilization because Caliphates know nothing about civilizations. That's why they are fighting in Iran, why they are in Nigeria there, where they are suffering with heat, with dirty clothes, with the dust, with help NEPA and all rubbishes and say be be protesting against a whole United States, a civilization, and against the state of Israel, civilization that tried to rescue all mankind from the bondage of lunatic, which is nomadic Fulanis and their gang, Islamic State.
Yes. So
Thank you, my brother, for doing all that you are doing. We see you and we also encourage you to keep going.
thank you
God
so
is
much.
with you.
Thank you so much.
Jisike nwanne mmadụ o
Thank you. I got right now.
Jisike
Thank you. Thank you.
Jisike my brother.
I am
Ya
fighting for my
gazie
freedom.
ya gazie nwanne mmadụ.
Yes. Thank you so much. I am
All
fighting
right,
for my
thank
freedom.
you.
Yes. So thank you.
All right.
This is the link. Is what I'm posting here right now. That is the link of our words of our USB ID card. Take that link from the comment section. Go on and make sure you voted and you support what we are doing. There is no any other way around for us to do this except now. Now you have the time to do what? To stand. Now is you have the time to make sure that USB is the only option we have in this 21st century. USB is the only option. Please, my people, stop wasting time. Stop delaying. You are delaying is putting those in the homeland in the danger. You are delaying is putting those in the homeland in the danger. Remove those in the homeland from by the danger by you taking your ID card. As you are hearing how the 21st century put issue of ID card of the USB, what else are you still waiting for? What else do you think that you needed again? If only this Biafra ID card issued by USB or Mozarabeze can give us recognition, what are you still waiting for? It's no longer time. The time is running fast. Join the time I run fast.
Database for those 10,000 IDs, you prove you can meet ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization, security standards. This reduces the fear that a new state will be a security vacuum. Comparison. The path to recognition. Strategy. Primary tool. International perception. Legal outcome. Military force. Weapons/control. Armed conflict. Subject to laws of war. Administrative. IDs/passports. Sovereign governance. Path to diplomatic recognition. The sovereign duo. While the ID card/passport is the lead tool for recognition, the military's role in the 21st century is to act as the guardian of the administration. The military provides the stability that allows the registry to exist. The ID cards provide the legitimacy that turns the military from rebels into a national defense force. Would you like me to look into the specific technical requirements, like biometric encryption, that help a government in exile get its documents registered in international travel databases?
Listen to it again, and I urge you to please like and share the program, please. Like and share. Listen the importance of ID card. That ID card of USB is far better than military wing this time around. It's far better than gun and bullets. That is a digital sovereignty, and that is what the world wants in this 21st century. Stop wasting time.
In the 21st...
Sorry, I don't know. YouTube will give us main restriction. I tried to post the link on the comment. It refuses me. So if you needed the ID, the link, if you are in my WhatsApp forum, please, after the program, I will post the link. I will be posting it every blessed day. So I will post the link there. So from that place, you can take it straight and find your way to register for the ID card. Please do not panic. Everything we are doing, you are the one delaying once in the diaspora. You are the one holding. You are the one making Ogen Clear to be talking. You are the one giving Mamadabo the right to be talk. Take the ID card. You will silence them through the UN recognition. They said it's about the UN Council security standard for them to recognize us. They call it a soft way of recognition. What else do you want?
Century, international law has shifted toward legitimacy of exercise, meaning a government is judged by how it serves its people, not just how it fights. If you must choose between a military force and the issuance of ID cards/passports for international recognition, the ID card and passport are more important. Here is the legal and strategic breakdown of why the administrative pen is mightier than the sword in modern diplomacy. 1. The 21st century legal shift, effective governance. Under the Montevideo Convention, a state needs a permanent population and an effective government. The military problem. In modern law, a military force without a recognized administrative head is often categorized as a non-state armed group, NSAG. Large displays of weapons can actually trigger international sanctions or terrorism labels, which block the path to the UN. The ID card solution. Issuing 10,000 plus ID cards proves the existence of a documented population. It demonstrates that your government in exile, GIE, has the effective capacity to manage a census, protect identities, and provide civil order. This is the definition of a state in waiting. 2. Passports as soft recognition. Recognition rarely happens with a single speech. It happens through consular relations. De facto recognition. When a foreign country accepts a GIE-issued passport at a border, they are acknowledging your government's legal authority to vouch for its citizens. The precedent. This creates a legal fact on the ground. Every time a traveler uses a GIE document to enter a country like Sweden or Ireland, it strengthens the argument that the GIE is a functioning sovereign entity. A military force cannot walk through an airport, a passport holder can. 3. Human rights and digital sovereignty. The UN and the international community prioritize the right to a legal identity. UN Sustainable Development Goal 16.9. Solving statelessness. By issuing IDs, the GIE is fulfilling a humanitarian duty. This earns moral legitimacy in the eyes of the UN Human Rights Council. Security standards. In the 21st century, sovereignty is digital. If your GIE manages a secure biometric database for those 10,000 IDs, you prove you can meet ICAO, International Civil Aviation Organization, security standards. This reduces the fear that a new state will be a security vacuum. Comparison. The path to recognition. Strategy. Primary tool. International perception. Legal outcome. Military force. Weapons/control. Armed conflict. Subject to laws of war. Administrative. IDs/passports. Sovereign governance. Path to diplomatic recognition. The sovereign duo. While the ID card/passport is the lead tool for recognition, the military's role in the 21st century is to act as the guardian of the administration. The military provides the stability that allows the registry to exist. The ID cards provide the legitimacy that turns the military from rebels into a national defense force. Would you like me to look into the specific technical requirements, like biometric encryption, that help a government in exile get its documents registered in international travel databases?
I hope you have listened to this. I want to make it a snappy on 1 hour 30 minutes for people to listen to this program after. So on that junction, we are ending the program here until we come back again. My people, the truth is very simple and very short. The ID card is what? A simple, and they call it what? Self-recognition. Very soft recognition is what the ID card gives to us. Please, if you're in diaspora, take your ID card. It's very important. I don't preach Eggman here. I don't preach Radio Arama because they are not holding my freedom. What they're doing is not holding me. I am doing holding myself. Once we gather 10,000 ID card, we are good to go. Thank you so much. From me, from here, have a wonderful day, my people. Thank you so much.